monster throughout a best-of-5 grand final. The first grand final for Simple versus IEM, looking to prove who is the best with a mouse and keyboard in Counter-Strike Global Offensive, a battle of individuals, a battle of a team unit. And we get into our pistol round. Map 1. Round 1, Chatty. I'm taking off my jacket. I'm getting ready. I might even take off my shoes for this one.
Yeah, get into it, mate, because away we go. The GG.bet on the top of your screen there. This is a close one, hard to separate, but they will be favoring Team Vitality. And Vitality, they've actually bought into 2 defuse kits on the pistol. That is not something that you normally see. Light smattering of nades behind it. Flashes, smokes to work with. And there it is, the signature P250
so
in the hands of Simple.
On this CT side. Even Zywo going unarmored. That hasn't stopped him peppering onto Boomich. My goodness. They're playing retake top. This is kind of kooky. Simple's got a P250 yard and he's got his first duel and he's found Shox' head. Clean, precise, Simple finding a first frag. Bombs down as well. They got 2 kits on the pistol round, Chad. I am perplexed. Zywo has found Simple in their first head-to-head. Retaking top site. They got 2 smokes, 1 for the one-way. RPK's not throwing it. This is mad.
Yeah, this is a bit of indecision early, but the flash has gone through and away they go.
They're all hurt, and their shots are being hit. It's Zywo first to falls. RPK's low and now even lower, 6 feet lower. Apex just doesn't have the time. The smoke wasn't put on towards the bomb. Hits his shot, but he hasn't got the time, hasn't got the round. It's just Flamey to confirm it. Wants to make it as punishing as possible, but Apex will Scarpa. Maintains the kit, and so double kit on the
I'm going to say that was a mistake right there.
Like a little bit of an oopsie.
Yeah, probably not intentional considering they were playing retake top. I'd say that was not the buy that they were looking for. But that's all right. It's just the pistol. Round number 1, we always talk about best of 5's marathon, not a sprint. But let's see if there's any ramifications from that going forward. Another key highlight is Perfecto getting 2 kills on the pistol. I want to keep my eyes on him. I think he's going to be a key factor as well as the rookies, Masuda and Navira, when he gets to stand on in. The 2 names who I want to see how they perform in a grand final like this. But we get back underway and, of course, Vitality force by in. Scout for Apex. At this point, I'm surprised if you're not seeing him with that gun. RPK, Masuda with those MP9s. Deagles for Shox and Zywo. Guard control being explored by Na'Vi and a quick rotation towards lower from Vitality. So they're ready to deal with that presence.
On the yard smokes. 2 dropping down as soon as that information is denied. Boomich loves this position. I reckon we're 1 major away from calling that vent Boomich.
Yeah, and it depends on how many times he gets found out here. It's been happening more and more, obviously, with so many games of Counter-Strike here. It's a bit harder to break your patterns, and teams are getting aware of what's going on.
So much space through the squeaky door. RPK, though, finally falls. Boomich makes a bit of a meal out of that, but it's Simple to have a snack. 1-on-1 in the head-to-head is Simple beheads. And 5 versus 3. With all your armor and your goodies, you might just want to have another bite of the cherry.
Yeah, it might be a few rounds like this today where Vitality trying to play this clean Counter-Strike, not giving too much away and always opting to go for the percentages, giving them as many cracks at converting rounds or doing damage to that T-sided economy. Every dollar matters in Counter-Strike, and Apex is going to see if he can get a cheeky tag or 2. Looks like Simple wants to peek, only has the Deagle, will be tagged on up, thinks better of the fight, and they'll duck on out. So holding on to everything, Boomich will cop 1 through the vent. They are jumping, hopping, and everything away, so all good. So 8 players will stay alive at the end of round number 2, and Na'Vi up 2-0.
I mean, to be starting off your grand final, T-side nuke, a lot of teams would consider that to be a disadvantage, and Na'Vi, they've run with the momentum of their smashing versus G2 yesterday. A T-side that, I mean, it left no room for us to even see their CT side. The Simple's looking swagger. Little shake-off of the first 2 rounds successfully converted in favor of Natus Vincere. Masuda yet to get off the starting mark, and Shox 0 ADR, yet to fire a successful connecting bullet. Round 3, though, and we do see a nice eclectic mix of SMGs and rifles for the T-side as Na'Vi look to put a 3rd on the board. Don't forget, 3 saves. Same outside smokes that denied and forced 2 Masuda and Shox to descend. That's how they're getting all of that space top site on these 2 top site finishes.
Yeah, and we've seen them do these top hits. It was one of the key elements yesterday. Again. Straight in, nobody's home. Vitality playing retake again. Ooh. RPK with a chance. Boomich actually ran through one of their Molotovs there, so down to 70. That's damage from his teammates. And now as the site's taken, they're just fortifying this. Don't need a rush to get the bomb down. Make sure you're not getting pushed through any of the smokes. Make sure everyone has all the flanks covered on off, because Vitality, they're going to look to lock you in. And there's another tag. Apex does a kit. They might fancy this one.
What's your way in? A flash from Zywo into the heaven position. It would likely catch Boomich, but they're set up double on CT Van, and oh my lord, Electronic Catching Masuta going for a very long round-the-world flank. Doubled up on the CT vent. You're not going to expect Flamey if you find Simple there. A flash and a go. Good one for ZywOo. Perfecto, though, locks it down. They keep 4 of the 5 they came into this with. And what I love, Chad, as well, if you're Na'Vi, you are smiling ear to ear. Not only are you 3-0 up, but you've done the same thing 3 times and it's worked. Now, when you throw those yard smokes, you can actually be behind them.
Yeah, and there's some questions to ask here about how Vitality want to deal with that. On the CT side, you can do that yard control. We've been seeing a lot of teams go for pushing over a rifle up towards the red box, taking the peek from the left-hand side. An individual playing behind your own cross smokes while you look towards that silo position, and somebody traditionally tucking in just under silo, that 3-pronged defense, dealing with the smoke walls, but it's an all-in. If you win or lose those fights, that's the round.
Interesting, a very different look. Na'Vi have made a different call. Blade, of course, coaching. Umich calling.
Suda took a lot of damage coming through main just there, so he's going to have to play safely towards these vents. Yet to frag, one of the names we will be keeping our eye on. And Na'Vi are in no rush here. Simple actually operating with the AWP. That's not something we saw a lot.
Ooh. RPK taking some serious liberties, and he's been punished.
Well.
Yeah, no trade potential. Loudly, stampede through hut and is met by Perfecto. Yard pressure. ZywOo flashed, he has no info, and Boomich has an advantage now. Shox is beneath as well. This could be a very, very fast heaven flank. Is ZywOo prepared for this? Oh, baby, he's not holding it. He will float between the two. Timing's everything. Elevated position. Masuta, another death for him. Electronic with the frag. They got such control now with Boomich Heaven. They can finish top if they clear lobby, and Simple has Apex's fruitless adventures, and even ZywOo caught. This is absolutely clinical. I was talking to you in the car chat how Na'Vi seem to have solved T-side Nuke by treating it very similarly to how they have on Train.
Yeah, I think there's a bit of a meta shift at the moment. Oh, Shox get another here. The bomb's still yet to go down, and Simple finishes him off. Yeah, I think there's a bit of a meta shift at the moment because the smoke walls are so powerful right now. Teams have so many different variations, and they're great at grabbing warehouse control, getting towards secret, and the CTs tend to have no information unless they take that fight. One of the options that we've now seen a lot of teams go for are the lobby pushes, and that's where RPK was just punished. So when you give up yard, or you think you have your info players to isolate usually one defender towards lobby. Now they're throwing the smokes and they're parking lots of bodies in lobby for that aggression and then retaking yard.
So I think the meta shift, to summarize, is that people have realized you can take lobby control back and it's not as intimidating as it sounds. Feeling like the CT's push lobby almost feels like it used to feel, like a round loss. Certainly, but not when you watch Na'Vi treat it with this graceful precision.
Right now, it's Vitality 0-4 down, and it's just pistols again.
And of course, after hitting that top site so persistently, they use their outside smokes to just glide with zero resistance into the lower site.
Yeah, it's keeping Vitality guessing here. And what you do against the pistols or the low-buy situations, they still have ramifications going forward because you're starting to build this pattern. You're starting to show where your intentions lie. And then when you mix it up on the gun rounds, they might not be ready for a fast-paced attack.
Shox is having a look, but this is going to be more than he bargained for. He's not got time to set himself up for anything. This is more about survival now. Bit of damage would be great. Maybe this shot hits on Flamey's first look, but it's not easy to convert that. Yeah, Flamey's not going to re-peek. I like the nade softens him up perfectly for the spray, and that's Perfecto's bullets doing more damage. He's 6-1 now, playing a good game. Just keeping it clean on the anti-eco. Be nice to see Boomich's Mac 10 find frags. That's why he bought it for. Bit too detached from the pack, though.
All right, well, they've mopped this one up, and the 5-0 start, it's not really filling us with too much excitement for the beginning here of the grand final, but it's not going to take a lot for Vitality to come online.
We can find beauty in the grace by which these 5 have been found.
It's very clean, isn't it?
It has been. I mean, there has been not a single moment so far where I have felt, oh, he even goes down to the blast. That's a nasty way to lose his armor. Well, everyone's got cash to splash. It's time to see Vitality give it another go.
So in this last 4-round spread, there's only been 2 kills on the way in from Vitality, if my round timeline is doing me a favor.
Don't forget the opening duel stat, by the way. So even if Vitality suddenly started finding opening duels against G2, it didn't even matter.
It wasn't a problem for Na'Vi. Their trading was on point. They were able to do a lot with a little. And back underway, Boomich holding on to that Mac 10.
An ult for Shox on the CT side. Something's changed. He's taken it ramp. It enables him to put more men towards this yard position. It's Apex floating main this time. Zywoo as well. The molly in the spray is fantastic. Electronic trying to evade, and he has managed to get a lot of map control despite the spray, despite the nades, molotovs, everything thrown their way. They do continue to crawl.
They don't have the information and haven't rotated anybody lower. Electronic taking that space right now.
Oh my God, he's taking it
the sound
pretty persistently. He's even floating and considering a molly already. 1 minute 20 still on the clock.
Look at how much utility they have to operate here with towards lower as well. So a bucket load of nades is Flamey now causing misdirection towards that top site. Has to be careful as he's trying to just pull a fake. Can't go down for this. Needs to make sure he can control that vent rotation late round.
They're on the site already. They got everything they need. It's another.
Might have to save.
Flawless plan from Na'Vi. They haven't had any resistance to get that bomb down. Finally, some blue on brown in the feed. Masuta finding, I believe, one of his first frags.
It's going to be difficult to get back into this still. Look, there's a defuse kit on Masuta, but he's already low. Boomich has got the MAC-10 for the vents.
Oh, this is an important frag. Oh, and Boomich has got them both. Only the MAC-10. It's paid for itself. He does go down, but the round is on simple. He's found a frag necessary. Perfecto and Electronic given the task, but I don't think Apex has got the time to do anything with this. He just wants to maintain now. Damage inflicted, up to be retrieved on window. Will they be able to evade the blast? It looks like he's got the health to do so. So all good. And all's well that ends well.
They get the ult for simple as well. So another clean one there. I know that 3 players went down for Na'Vi, but they took lower control. No real resistance whatsoever. Get the bomb down. Sure, Flamey dies here towards Squeaky, and that was Masuta's first kill. But all in all, Boomich is mopping things up in the vent with that.
Through this calling alone, they're manufacturing the path of least resistance.
Yeah, they're just avoiding that of Vitality, getting that bomb down, and here you got the fan cams. If you want to join that, IEM.gg/fancam. Vitality taking a timeout. Now, I know it's very early in this best of 5 final, and it's something that we didn't address in the pre-game, and it's something that I'm not sure, I want to address too much, but it's something that could exist. It's grand final jitters. The fact that Vitality have been in 4 grand finals this year alone and have not been able to convert, mentally, that's going to weigh on you. Mentally, that's going to be in the back of your mind is, oh, are we chokers? Do we get to the final and not get across the line? I
mean, it's easy to say, no, it's not, but then you realize and you know yourself, right? That's the only person you know intimately, and you know that self-doubt is prevalent no matter who you are.
Precisely.
So you're going to start making those correlations, whether or not there's truth to them. It's true. Yeah, that could definitely be a factor. Vitality need to shake that off, though.
This would be a good round to do
some
so.
Taylor Swift.
Right now, if they're able to grab themselves a kill or two.
They're even flubbing the boost. The double kit on the pistol may really have flustered them.
That's going to be one. Maybe I'll make a note of that. Yeah. And if we do get an interview at some point.
I mean, we've got a lot of Counter-Strike to go. We are 6 rounds in. It's not...
remember the first round of the series? Yeah. You bought
7 rounds.
Kits.
I think it was about 7 hours ago. Do you remember that?
Oh, there we go again. Electronic with another opening.
Dude, it's not even close in the fragging department. We haven't seen a round of resistance yet from Vitality, and that perplexes me. Independently, individually, they should be able to find something with these. And they're giving it a go. Pushing Trophy. Perfecto's been given lobby hold, and there's Masuta. A crucial frag to actually level the odds.
Flamey's still yet to kill as well, and they have 6 rounds right now. So
if RPK successfully fights and wins the lobby duel, he's been foiled by some Perfecto holds in the past. But with him gone, RPK needs to gain some confidence here. And they're actually coming back to lobby. He's been thinking about it for a while. Oh, the timing on this. If he gets caught, he can do damage. Oh, but Electronic is so sharp. A quick reaction and suddenly lobby is lost. They can go anywhere they want. Ooh, I like the flash on the little lip there. Catching Rafters players a bit better.
They're being very diligent about this, right? They're not just rushing into things. They're waiting for all the smoke pushes. Classic Na'Vi style. Clock now 25 seconds. And the reason they're taking their time is Boomich and Electronic are still low. So those pistols, just a bullet to the torso and away they go. Boomich clears off to heaven, and now they can get that plant down.
Electronic. 1 bullet from Zywoo's Deagle, and it's to their head for an extra brownie point. Giving it a go. You're right, they're low. That, could be Flamey, but he does react in time. Shox has made a bit of a mess. Doesn't finish off. And now with a recovered AK, Zywoo's priorities might shift.
Yeah, they're going to save these. The max loss bonus is in play, but having these held on forward is going to give them more chances on gun rounds. We'll talk about the CT side economy a lot, how it's a cruel mistress. And there was a little visual there that maybe at home for the viewers, you're a little bit confused. But what that was demonstrating in main was the attempt to spam through the floor on towards the top of main in that Boomich position that you highlighted earlier. So Vitality obviously have done their homework here. You can see there the bullet through the floor. They know what they're up against. They know what to expect. The question is, when and are you going to throw in these rounds? And that's one of the big deals when you're looking at, there you go. So you see Apex giving it a bit of a crack right there.
That's how he lost his health, down to 20, and he loses his life because of it. Electronic has been a real weasel. Look at this frag. Now I'm winning, and Shock's not perhaps finding the frag that could have turned it into a retake. Okay, motivation taking a hit with every round that passes. This is a unstoppable T side from Na'Vi. This is supposed to be a difficult half. This is supposed to be challenging, and I'm sure it will be.
The thing is so crazy. Na'Vi and Nuke, that never used to go in the same sentence, and that was years ago now, but there's obviously been
Here we go.
That was a floor of flames towards Yard to deal with those smokes.
Apex looking for Boomich, an important dink, but he still can't convert. Now the flashes, now the pressure. They can start to progress. Yard. HE, he's already dropped off. A Yard biff. It's so intimidating, though. You're peeking into Simple Zorp or Electronic Swing. Yeah, you have to play it tight. ZywOo's taking info elsewhere. This is a twist in the tail. I like it. No longer RPK's responsibility. Gives ZywOo the task of getting lobby. He's found the lurk. Now they can work with the info they have in front of them. It's perfecto spotted. An advantage for Apex. He needs to punish this. An important frag.
Oh, no.
Come on, Apex. He's lost his health down to 1, but at least he lives. Shox adds another to the list. This could be Vitality's first. Should be Vitality's first.
Of course, it's simple and Electronic in this situation. 45 seconds left, a lot of space taken.
There's no way, though. Look at Apex, though. He's at spawn, dude. And Shox is holding the push. Wait.
Oh, no. He's actually found the gap.
There's no way.
He's trying to nutmeg the smoke here. He might get away with this.
No way. Electronic has found Apex. Can he adjust? Shox has saved him. Should be all good in the hood now. Simple just doesn't have the time. He's even getting pushed, flanked by Secret by the ZywOo. A beast on the Desert Eagle AWP on his back as well. So saving now his priority. He's got 13 grand, by the way.
I think ZywOo's heard that scope. Maybe not. He's questioning it.
A flash for the shot. He doesn't want to hunt. He's got to keep all of his pennies, all of his schmeckles.
They're sending him in. They're going for this. That was a team flash. They're trying to go for the hunt. Pressure's on, and Simple goes down. So he definitely did hear that scoop. ZywOo through the wall?
It was a wall bang?
Yeah. Oh. Well, it could have been through the box, but either way, finds the kill in the final moments there. Na'Vi, the scoreline is 7-1, but immediately they take a timeout.
Blade on the mic. Guys, this is unacceptable. You're all getting -5 DKP.
Jeez, that's very, very interesting to see. Now, I like it. Okay, so it wasn't. He pushed in for that one. He worked for it. Now,
let's go.
There's a lot of people in the peanut gallery there today behind Vitality, like a lot more than normal.
Watch us get to map 4 and that room be cleared out. Get out of there. Watch on the screen.
They had Extaz there. They had Matt there. We obviously knew they had Nevera and Shox there for certain points. But it looks like there's a whole bloody gallery there right now.
Busy, yeah.
Go take a seat on the couch, all right? We got a game to play.
Look at us couch analysts. Get them out of the room.
Get them out of there.
That's the problem.
I don't want to hear your claps through my headphones.
Right.
All right, well, let's focus on up here.
Fragging.
Let's see what Na'Vi want to adjust here. Obviously, it's going great, but you don't want to allow Vitality to start building a bank of rounds here. Stop them at once. See how many and how much punishment you can put on with this T side of Nuke. It's looking almost flawless so far. And it looks like a pace change, a bit more pressure this time towards lobby.
Look of this. There's also a battle in Yard. Shox and Electronic, a bit of an aggressive CT maneuver we haven't seen yet. We'll keep track of that. A smoke from Electronic, and he's caught a full 50.
Boomich normally throws that when he gets top silo control, so maybe trying to feign something here, Na'Vi, as they look for some ramp presence. But this is a big duel. ZywOo versus Simple.
Who's going to blink first? It's hanging in the balance.
Electronic on the other side.
We've got 2 duels. And he's actually flashing for it, hoping to Simple bait the shot, give them some info. He's got a nice tight line here. He's about to be tested even more so. 3 gathered in lobby. Bomb there too. As he holds his breath, the test. Bait shot, he's hunting for it. He wants perfecto, and he's found it now, anticipating more. And it is going to be a frag onto ZywOo. Simple, adding another to his list. Makes it a 4 versus 3. Na'Vi have overcome number disadvantages many times in their previous Nuke performance in the playoffs.
2 players lower here. Shox just killed Electronic Yard and then immediately hightailed it down Secret. So with 35 seconds left on the clock, Na'Vi have to decide. They've got smokes for decon, 1 for the window or the doors if they'd like, but Shox and Masuda are ready for this.
This is promising. Masuda's decon door, he can swing it open to punish the plant. Shox's contact will be the first. Util important here for Na'Vi. Doors smoked. What do they do with windows? A smoke.
There's a gap.
Important for Sharks. Big frag. Flamey's gone. So's the bomb. They got 14 seconds. This is where Na'Vi become their worst enemy. They just don't have the time, don't have the resources. Bomb does go down. He'll take that as if they need the cash. But Vitality stringing together 2 consecutive CT rounds. Not only was Na'Vi's timeout warranted, but they may need another.
They're going to get the ult for Zywoo here. That's a big question. Yeah, they'll pick that up. Apex in charge. 3 AKs carried across as well. And that's going to be very, very handy for Vitality because they need to make this competitive now. They need to be looking at 5 or 6 rounds. It's not going to be easy. And Zywoo with the decision there to leave the line obviously gets punished on that repeat, but the impact was already felt. And that smoke with the gap at the highest level here, that's the details that are going to be taken advantage of. You will be punished in Shocks. He did exactly that.
Whew.
And he's still good for Na'Vi now, you can see, but this time they're operating with 5 AK-47s. No AWP for Simple. It was able to be purchased. There's enough money, but maybe they want to go for a different look here.
Dude, Na'Vi have thrown 4 smokes from spawn. 4. They've got 1 left for this entire round. It's all based on these opening maneuvers. Vitality have got Shocks pushed up.
This is the top set piece. If this gets called by the top player, Shocks will be real quick.
Oh, he's so fast. Already there to punish. Flamey, the last to enter the site. First to exit the round. Perfecto entries with 2. Simple Electronic, deadly partnership, but it's already been broken up by force. Zywoo finds 2 in quick succession on the AWP, and they have rumbled it. Early aggression, the answer to Na'Vi's quick take top.
Now they're alive. Now they're on it. Vitality stringing some rounds together here and looking good. 1 more, and they'll break that bank of Na'Vi. Sure, the loss bonus is starting to build for them.
He pegs it after that frag.
That's the thing, right? This is the change-up that we're seeing from some of the old guard, right? They're used to being able to multi-frag, but Shock's understanding the value of just that 1 kill and getting out of dodge. Someone has to cover lobby at any juncture. He's already shown intent right there, so by staying alive, gets another chance and helps set his team up for a round.
I was taking a gamble here. Tries to weather the nades, the mollies. He's trying to find a gap onto this lobby play. It's Flamey. Big frag from Zywoo to open up proceedings here in round 11.
So active as well. He's immediately moving. He's going to be coming up secret. It's 2 to find out there. Electronic and Boomich now on top of main. Actually, make that. Yeah, it is Boomich.
That's Flamey's punished again. Shocks found him the round prior. He's been having a bit of a nightmare as of late.
Oh, it's a 2-man aggression. Vitality
miss.
Really
they know what to pre-aim. It's a big miss, though. Boomich lives to tell the tale. Such a tight line. Where did Shocks' health just go? I think Simple put a bullet into his boot.
All right, well, Boomich is called where the AWP is, and they have to continue to move around. Apex is staying lower. Zywoo rotating once more. Now back up towards ramp. They're going in towards top.
RPK's burning. Trying to find a safe haven. Masuta, this is crucial. Oh, and
Boomich
just found him
gap.
a peanut gap. It's enough. Simple finds a close quarters frag onto Apex. It falls to a 3v3, but they're so low. What's Shock's going to do with 1 HP? And oh, RPK, a crucial frag, takes down the star of the Na'Vi round. Simple's gone. Stopped at 1 frag. Shocks is holding the line, and despite the HP, actually stops the hunt. It falls to Perfecto.
Said Perfecto's been leading in terms of clutches here. This would be a massive one. Has to get past the AWP.
Oh, he pulls out his knife, and Shocks has found 2 on a string. He had 1 HP for both of them. Well handled, drops the AWP to Zywoo after finding an opening frag that they managed to punish. Convert. 4 now for the CT side. Vitality, if there was a visual metaphor for what we've just seen, it is just that little bleep on that life monitor.
They're in flux right now, but they're actually doing a lot of impact because Na'Vi off the information, oh, AWP's here, let's take this space. AWP's there, okay, let's move here. They just keep passing it around, moving around. Zywoo got that kill, that's squeaky, dropped all the way down, rotated back to ramp, gave Shocks the AWP. Shocks is now up the ladder with the AWP. He's finding impact, and he's not scared on 1, so that's some big stuff there from the start. There's no doubt that Shocks and RPK, 2 of the best to ever do it in Source.
He's usually very expressive, but he's got a stone face today.
These boys have had to work hard, work very hard to get back towards the top.
Well, they just managed to turn this half into an actual grand final half.
Yeah, it's looking respectable now. So the 7 on the trot for Na'Vi. Maybe Vitality were like, yeah, we'll give them a head start.
They finally exhausted their funds. The coffers were so full. Don't forget, Simple was dead after time with 13 grand in the bank. I mean, it was a long road for Vitality to put them on this kind of buy. Let's see if they can convert it. Na'Vi's specialists of making a lot out of a little. Outside smokes previously the root of a lot of their success. There is no early yard info, no ramp pushes. They're trying a different flavor. Apex will go secret to announce and to address the potential of yard.
Very deep smoke.
He holds the gap.
Yeah, Perfecto might be expecting a push with how deep that smoke is, but Looks like Vitality is slowing down the pace here, and so are Na'Vi. There's no direct intent. There's no argy-bargy across the map, so Molly's towards top. I think this is a bit of a fake. No commitment on this.
Want to hit ramp. Flash into Shox' face. Oh, it's such a good flash, but they're not going. Oh, he's got vision. More utility confirms his suspicion. Simple opens up. ZywOo burns significantly, trying to escape. Flubs the ladder. They're going lower, flooding down the ramp into Apex. What have you got for us? Big push. Dan Matisclair, one. Big frag from RPK, still keeping it level. Na'Vi make this round hurt. RPK's timing's good, but the shots from Electronic are better. And now ZywOo, paying a heavy price for the peak on ramp, has only got 28 HP, may want to call it quits. Not the round for him.
Jeez.
Heading T-spawn.
That was all over the shop there for a second. Frags instantaneously across the map when that went all the pressure towards ramp. They were a little bit unfortunate they didn't go on their first flash on Shox. He was completely white screened.
Overwhelming all the same.
Electronic, he was the one stopping that rotation. Na'Vi didn't actually have any grenades to deal with that lower site take. It's just the two flashes that you see on Electronic. So as they were coming down ramp, they didn't have smokes to crowd control that decon. They didn't have Molotovs to throw into the stairwell on the window side. So it was just the bodies they were putting on their line. If Electronic didn't deal with that rotation, would have gotten much more difficult for Na'Vi there, but now's the 8th. They've won the T-half here on Nuke. It's a great way to kick off their own map pick, and anything from this point onward is just icing on top of the cake.
Oh yeah, for sure. Na'Vi have had their cake and they are eating it live in front of a very high anticipation audience. Look how driven they are. Okay, so 8-4. Last few rounds of our first half here on Nuke. Damage control for Vitality, a 1 T-half.
Double AWPs now, that's the response from Vitality here. Shox has picked one up as well.
Yeah, he's going light on utility, wants to manage.
Both ramp right now with the AWPs.
Take a fight, you're right. ZywOo's going hunting into this line. That could punish. Boomich, does he get away? He does, dips out on the repeat. Perfecto thinks better of it. Vitality
top.
Need to convert this opening frag. RPK baits them in. Simple's confirmed there's one close though, and that's Masuuta's cue to dip.
All right, well, they tried to punish ZywOo's position with the AWP again. Once again, he's rotated elsewhere, so this is going to be too little too late from Na'Vi. Electronic has a lot of work to do here. Shox pushed up Secret. He's taken space as well, so information good for Vitality, but maybe there's a gap.
It's a bit of a gap into main. Smoke will fade. Powerful position now for Electronic. Is Masuuta able to have a quiet first half? And as the smoke fades, Masuuta has been spotted again. RPK needs to multi-frag. He's got ZywOo, but not anymore.
No!
Drops into the site, he lives. RPK does well to find one, enables ZywOo to find another. Now Simple.
1 on 3.
Charging through the vents, the bomb in his grasp. He's going to be stopped by ramp. Apex, should he get there in time? He does. Oh, he second guesses the peak, gives Simple a chance. The bomb is down, the doors are closed, and now Simple can work his magic.
He's low.
And he's already waving the wand. He's taken down Apex. Pull the bluff. Opens the door, executes another. ZywOo's gone. Simple, what are you up to? Some mischief here in the lower site. He's already on for a 4K. Shox as a kit. He's faked it again. Simple calls the bluff with the doors. Opens it up and executes. Masterful stuff. Steals the 9th from under their nose. Some daylight robbery as Na'Vi post 9.
Punishment now from Na'Vi. Simple picking up one of those early. That's going to do wonders for his confidence. Absolutely massive seeds there.
Bean.
Just a 1 on 3 when the double AWPs came out to play. We talk about how difficult it is to retake with him. They didn't even get a chance to take a shot.
Apex is going to be slamming his desk. He didn't fully check on that. It was like 9 seconds.
I think he was trying to throw a nade or something, but that commitment, if he was all the way in, you know, he takes the duel with Simple, maybe delays enough time, tried to play the percentages, wanting to play that 1 on 3 as a team, and look at that look. I don't know who's in the room, but whoo! There's the frustration we're used to seeing on the face of Shox.
Yeah, that was the perfect juxtaposition to the face we saw previously upon round conversion.
That's only made possible by Electronic. Now remember, that was a number disadvantage in the early stages. ZywOo pushed ramp and killed Boomich, and they still operate with those number disadvantages and make it work. So Electronic has been absolutely instrumental in how Na'Vi have been able to operate on this map, dealing with rotations, cutting off rotations, getting into positions when Vitality aren't ready for it, and they've been forced to buy again. Famus's P250, they're the emissions for Masuuta and RPK right now, but Vitality is staring down the bottom and barrel of an 11-4 half. Yeah, the top side's been so tough for Masuuta and RPK. Like, if you watch this from their POV, they've had a nightmare.
Really have. Na'Vi have made that top site hold so tenuous. Shock's taking a couple of gambles. The Tracer Fire, you can see he's just using a couple of bursts. Doesn't want to be enough on the full commit to isolate and solve this. Tronic once again up to his usual antics. Very powerful player to send yard and punish any gaps that may present themselves. Smoke for main. Trying to give them that impression that you might want to have a glance towards yard. And with that utility, he prepares to swing and check.
There's 4 players looking at this position.
Yeah, he's definitely managed to pull
playing retake top right now.
Attention, and this is the frag he's waiting for. The control's good at... I was about to say good enough. It's perfect, though. It's ZywOo gone. They've got ramp. Shox is fallen out. Apex, a crucial frag. Stops the yard prong. Dropping, though. Gets one in the off angle. Simple. So quick to trade. Good grief. He was practically still in the air. Again, low side plant. Na'Vi an advantage that they plan to punish. RPK checks the wrong corner. Simple. Jiggled out. Apex another big frag. Can he contribute any more? They don't have a kit here. Actually, Masutra, I tell a lie, has one. Flamey's in the vents. Vitality need to post a couple more, some damage control rounds to make a second half out of it. Great shot from Perfecto. The angle very punishing, and now Apex doesn't even get a look in. Great shots from Flamey to confirm 10 T rounds on Nuke to start this final off. Na'Vi, a statement of intent.
Pittances for Vitality here in the last round of play for the first half as well. Roughly 2.5 for the majority of the members of Vitality. It's just Apex offering up a little bit more, 3.7k for him. But all in all, that's not enough to muster a competitive buy. And Vitality were actually trying to play a retake top setup there. Those yard smokes, it drew 4 of them. ZywOo was looking up secret. Masuda was buying CT boxes. Apex was in transition there as well. And RPK was moving over to see if he could get in striking distance with that P250. But here it is, MP9s, 1M4, a Deagle. That's all they're working with right now. Na'Vi are looking great for this 11-4 half.
Aren't they? Perfecto with his lobby denial coming from the T roof. And Simple swings in from lobby. That's the lobby control that Na'Vi need. They come late and take it back by force. Powerful stuff. Apex tucked in, very passive. And look at Boomich slipping the net. He will be a threat now. They can hit finish top site. I told you RPK and Masutra have had such a nightmare.
How's he timed it past Apex? He's been tucked in towards back of warehouse this whole time. So
Must have been smokes.
Boomich is really going to punish them here. If he clears out towards ramp, that's a free avenue straight towards that lower site, and then it's just ZywOo. Well, just ZywOo.
Look how thorough he is being. ZywOo's actually thought about it and finds him. Oh, lordy, that turns around on its head.
I don't think they'll expect Shox this close then.
Yeah, how willing are you to punish? It's 50 seconds.
He's got a timing window.
Not hearing a peep, though. If Simple drops that smoke heaven, that'll be the cue for Shox to start twisting and tightening the noose. Bomb plant will work the same way. The smoke in Simple's hands. Goes main this time. 2 on 3.
They planted heaven side. There's no kit.
Yeah, they need a frag soon, and you can see Shox hoping they walk into hurt for the after plan, but it's such a question mark for them. Apex draws attention his way. ZywOo's advancing from heaven. Shox starts his steps too. This flash is going to be crucial. Electronic stares at it. And Simple low on the CT vent. Can't clutch up this time. It's a triple kill from ZywOo. And a compulsory 5th. Pulls Vitality across the line. They put a band-aid on a absolute gushing wound, but 10-5. Nuke looking good for Na'Vi as they prepare to defend their map pick.
They tell us that we're wrong, we might be. This life, it isn't long enough to feel. My love for you is strong, I'm fighting you and I know that we're not sober, but shut up and pull me closer, yeah. Holding me still too far away. Even when we're older, I promise that I'll still hold you like we're 17 and we're not afraid of making mistakes. Ooh. We're 17 and we're not afraid. They say that we're too young. Can we go back? Can we go back? Won't fall apart, don't let my heart break. Can we go back? Can we go back? Like we're 17 and we're not afraid. I know that we're not sober, but shut up and pull me closer, yeah. Holding me still too far away. Even when we're older, I promise that I'll still.
All right, you're on Trey. It is our first map of our IEM Beijing Grand Final, a best of 5, a marathon, not a sprint, certainly. Well, Na'Vi did sprint from the starting mark. As soon as that gun sounded, so did theirs. 10-5, quite the half. Double digits found, and that was on the T side. Yes, there's been a conversation about Nuke shifting in more favor of the T side, but a 10-5, that's Na'Vi making this room a little hotter. You see the Vitality roster, it is action-packed and people-packed, but now Vitality shifting in the odds, and now they have to prove to themselves as well as us. They have still got a voice here on Nuke. Chad Birchall's joining me. You know him as Sponge. Rushley on the numbers. For all of your observing delights.
Flamey had a rough first half and he's about to get tested.
Ooh, love that. First click of his USP, and he's passed that test with flying colors. They pause in ramp. Descending into Electronics USP. Is he as spicy as Flamey? He's been looking great so far. Is that precision carried over to the USP? Overwhelmed, tucks in. Now the repeat.
Not clearing Flamey.
Great. And so are the shots. He's found another. It's all CT frags. He does tuck in for the reload, but it's only going to be RPK and Shocks. Vitality just getting pulled apart. 4 wild horses remain to continue to gallop in opposite directions. Bombs loose on the site. Shocks is even catching nades. Working with a fraction of health. You'd need 2 pristine taps to even start the conversation of a successful pistol round now. Na'Vi not giving them anything, Chad. Isn't this a different team?
Yeah, not taking any unnecessary fights and then striking. That's 3rd for Flamey in this round. Make it 4. Flamey comes alive in the second half. And it's just the pistol round. He finished the first half with only 2 kills and 6 assists. So doing a bit of damage, but not converting those frags. He's had enough of that. He wants to have his say in this one. And that's some clinical stuff here from Flamey. If his aim is on point, Vitality might need to run and hide. A 3rd star showing up at the party for Na'Vi. Always good to see. Scoreline 11-5 now. As the force buy from Vitality comes out, it's going to be a smattering of pistols, 3 Tech 9s, 2 P250s, and a truckload of utility. Smokes towards Yard. For Secret is going to follow as well. And early extinguish there. So Na'Vi already dealing with these Yard smokes. A huge gap, and that was a forced error. Top site is being set up for right now as Boomich just drops that smoke towards Squeaky. This might stifle their plans for a moment or two. Molly's good.
Okay, the nade is even better though, and so is the position. It's practically perfect for Perfecto. It's over already. He's actually found 3. Lovely injection of 1,800 into his bank balance, and a 12 posted for Na'Vi. And the fact that Vitality just pushed all their schmeckles into the center of the table does not bode well.
Should be a 13th now for Na'Vi here. It will most likely just be a couple of light pistol upgrades for Vitality, and you're seeing just that Apex into a P250. I'm sure Shocks might want a Deagle or something just as delectable here on the menu. No, just gonna, there we go. Of course he would. He had 3.1. I thought he was gonna let me down there, but as they leave spawn, gets a Deagle Masuda into P250s. I will an RPK just with the Glocks. So keeping this one clean is the name of the game for Na'Vi. Even better if your SMGs are Flamey and Boomich can find a couple and they're heading over towards ramp, really wanting to test Flamey early here. He gets another 4 kills, I think he might shut down any intent of heading back towards ramp, and there might not be enough rounds to make that work anyway, as Vitality are really struggling here. First gun round is going to hold a lot of weight.
Simple's about to have a field day. It's his first, and ramp for Flamey. He will be tested with his MP9, though. Should be the perfect weapon for the job. Doesn't look too interested. He's very passive.
Come on, boys.
And he gets the jewel he was hoping for. Masuta's actually won it out. Damage inflicted. Maybe. Oh, dear. They actually step into one another. A lovely little lineup. He'll grab himself a Deagle upgrade for the trouble. Quick 4K for Simple against the Eco. So yeah, this first buy really is going to be the determining factor of how much resistance Vitality can post here.
Yeah, if they don't pick this one up and they don't get the bomb down, well, they'll only be operating with that 3,400 loss bonus. And you can see here they've invested almost all of their pennies. It's just Masuda and Shox with residual cash to talk about. Apex, ZywOo, and RPK not working with too much as we get back underway here. We'll have to deal with the Simple AWP. He's upgraded, ready and raring to go. ZywOo's got his big green as well. Very deep smoke towards Yard here. Maybe a boost. Oh, he spotted him.
ZywOo Simple head to head. It's a right eye.
It's a difficult pick for ZywOo here.
Simple passes the test, puts a bullet into the star, and Flamey holds down Mouse 1, puts it into 2 brains. Pre-fire's not good enough. Shox has actually found electronic. This gets intense now. Simple's doubled up. Yard falls, only Apex 1v3, not a lot of space for him to work with, but bomb on his back in a smoke certainly does seem like he's going to give it a good go. Has to. Simple's holding the line though, and he doesn't even get a chance. That's just the 2 of them. Flamey with the double, but it's Simple holding down Yard, even stealing ZywOo's AWP for good measure.
26 for Simple already. This is not the way you want to see the series going and the way that the Superstar is starting things off if you're a Team Vitality fan.
With this a 1v3 clutch and a 30 bomb, Chad, that is Simple with a point to prove.
Yeah, but the thing is, Simple coming into Grand Final with that form is another thing. They need ZywOo to come online in similar fashion, and so far, he's leading the charge for his squad. This is only map number 1, 14 kills to his name. Well, we got a Simple moment. Let's see if we can get a ZywOo one. There might only be 2 more rounds of players. They forced in here. Galil's AK's very light on utility, but enough to make the L-block smokes work. Apex trying to punish with this.
That smoke's got Apex scratching his head.
I think it forces him a little bit wider.
Ooh, and it means they bounce straight into the nade. Oh, 2 of them to be specific, and now Flamey caught off, but Masuta just staring at the wall. He was in the naughty corner. Dunce hat on. Electronic's got another, finds the head of Apex. He's winning that duel every single time. Shox battling now against Simple, but he's too quick, he's too good. Gets away from ZywOo's spray.
2 lower already.
Yeah, Boomich and Perfecto are in. ZywOo's gone. Another frag, he wasn't ready for that. Perfecto's been caught by RPK. If he could just find Boomich, if he could just find one isolated duel, he can hear the vents, he knows he's on a timer. We'll get the bomb down. Simple's low. RPK, are you made for this? He's got a perfect Molotov. And that gives him chance. Yeah, they do. Peeks over it. Ooh, Simple's missed his shot. Maybe a new lease of life for RPK. Trying to inject some life into Vitality now. It's too much. He's overwhelmed, and it's 15 now for the Natus Vincere roster.
Looking very good here, Na'Vi. They plugged all those holes, and I love that to do with the L-block smoke wall, just limping out one of their own smokes, forcing Apex a little bit wider. There's a couple of reasons they might want to do that. The nades, that was an interesting way to go about it.
It seems so, like watching, every time we've been in eyes with Vitality, it just seems like Na'Vi have got something solved.
Yeah, Nuke is looking very good for them. And like I said, Na'Vi and Nuke never used to go in the same sentence. And it's very strange to see them operating at such a high capacity here. The fact that we've got Electronic with 16 kills. Perfecto is the name that we really need to be talking about. 17 for him. So complementing Simple very well here today are some of the supporting cast. The AKs will be facilitated by that RPK plant, but this is Vitality's last chance to say anything.
I know this doesn't hold much weight, but I'd be so interested to see how this Na'Vi T-side nuke intersects with a prepared and an informed Astralis CT-side nuke. Imagine how good that could be. I was caught some flack on the spray, just softening up the star to make his life even more difficult.
Yeah, if it wasn't hard enough, staring down the barrel of 15-5, 16-5 loss, mind you. Now he's operating at half HP, and he's the man with the lion's share of utility. So if he goes down without throwing that, not ideal. They've snuck across. Boomich is going to call that. Knows the timings. Will make his way up onto the railing. So they forced him out of position, at least as far as information goes, but Zywoo has to peek back into this yard hold. A minute left on the clock, deep smoke towards the windows, continuing to force Na'Vi around the map, but Perfecto and Electronic, they don't look like they'll be moving anytime soon.
It's loud. Electronic is receiving a lot of information with his eardrums here, and so much so they can get a nade right to finish off Zywoo before he even gets to pull the trigger. Perfecto continues to impress. Oh, add another one. Why not? Quad kill. First nail in the coffin.